Welcome back to the Plus Side of Nashville. The Compassionate Friends is an organization that supports families after a child or a sibling dies, and my guests have all received the services of TCF and are now working with the organization. Pamela Hagins and Roy Davies and Aubrey Dickerson are my guests, and you all have lost children, brother, and these are people that are so very, very important to you, and you want to keep their memory alive. For some people, they don't know how to approach you and talk about it. It's difficult for them to want to bring up that person thinking that it may cause pain. Is it ever difficult for you to talk about those loved ones?
I can tell you, I think no. The difference is, you have children that are still here. My children have passed away, but we still have children, and we love to talk about our children. At our meetings, we celebrate our children's birthdays.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's wonderful.
We set up a birthday table and we tell stories about our children.
Yes.
It's wonderful.
Because they have birthdays?
They still have birthdays?
Yeah.
And you want people to be open and to be honest. The best approach is to be honest. If you don't know what to say, or I can't imagine, or even if it's around a holiday, to be sensitive that they may be experiencing something else, that all it takes is a touch. I know this could be difficult for you, or I remember your loved one. And that makes us feel, because we may get emotional.
Right.
We may feel overcome, but yet it would be even harder if that person is not acknowledged, not remembered. And even we say we work with the organization, we volunteer. We are bereaved siblings, parents and grandparents. 90% of the people within TCF, we volunteer. We work, but we volunteer, and we work in memory of our brothers and sisters and our children and grandchildren. And so it's an honor to carry on their legacy. And so we want people, we want to be approachable. I mean, and it's difficult. It's not just for people that don't know you or casually know you. It's difficult for family members to know what to say. That loss is so intense and deep, it can be awkward. It can be, I don't want to mention it because I don't want you to be sad. Well, if you don't mention it, I'm going to be even more hurt.
That's so true.
Because that child was important to me. That sibling, that brother, that grandchild was important to me, and I don't want them to be forgotten.
Yeah, you want to keep their memory alive, and you want to hear those great stories or those great memories.
And those laughters, and you know, I want to hear somebody say, yes, I know he was a ring dangle. Oh, I know he did. That tells me that you're loving on me, you're hugging me. At that time, whether it's a wink, a nod, a thumbs up, you can be at the Thanksgiving table and just give somebody a wink. That tells them that I know, I remember, and that is enormous love. That's an enormous hug. That's the compassion that, when we've been on this journey, it doesn't seem odd to me to interact with someone that's experienced loss. It doesn't have to be death, but it's something about reaching into someone else's dark place or someone else's pain, and if I can be just ears, just a smile, just the warmth on your face and the tenderness. When we came on a couple years ago, and I told Aubrey, she's very warm to handle such a delicate and tender subject, very warm and inviting. And so and everybody has different coping skills. They're not comfortable with that, but you want to be approachable. I want somebody to come up to me, especially if they had a relationship with my child and my family. At times, you don't have to say it all the time.
I love to hear stories from them. I love it.
And from their friends.
You love hearing people have those great memories of them. Is there ever anything that's inappropriate that you don't want people to say to you?
Yeah, it generally starts with, well, at least.
Oh, yes.
I mean, that's probably one of the worst things I hear. Well, at least
you still have another child.
All of those things that they don't mean. Well, at least you have other children. And I mean, it's just some of the things that people say, they don't think about it. And what I've tried to learn to do is, instead of listening to the words, is to try to listen to the thoughts behind the words. Because if you listen to the words, you'd wind up in prison, I think, because you just, I mean, it's just so difficult because, you know, somebody said to my wife, well, at least they weren't your own children, they were your stepchildren.
Or they're in a better place.
Oh,
and it's hard, but you just want to say sometimes, but I'm not in that better place, and I still miss them.
It's still not fair, and I didn't choose that. I didn't choose that for him, and I don't want to be you know, without them. So those are tough.
We have a couple minutes left, and I don't want us to run out of time. We have to tell people about your upcoming conference.
Yes.
You have it every 2 years.
Well, this will be our second one in 2 years. I mean,
Okay.
we did one 2 years ago. We did one this year.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I'm hoping to do one every 2 years. But October 18th and 19th, we're at the Christ Church in Brentwood. We're going to have, 2 years ago, we had 29 states represented. We had people from 29 different states. We have speakers from all over the world. Alan Peterson, who's a grief expert. He's on many different shows and goes to all these different things. And many other experts will be here as well. We have workshops that try to help people navigate through the loss of the child and the different things.
There's exercise. There are different programs. There may be exercise class. We have a butterfly boutique. There are crafts.
Oh, wow.
So the whole gamut. And I did want to say the national conference is every 2 years, but the regional, you walk around, you have a picture of your child.
Oh, I see.
And you have their name, where you came from, and your child or sibling or grandchild. So that's conversation right there. You know, we meet somebody, oh, they're handsome, oh, they're beautiful. Tell me about your child. And so it's very warm. It's very extremely warm at the
There's
regional.
a lot of hugs.
And
So you're inviting everybody to come out to this wonderful event if they have lost a sibling, a child,
or grandchild.
A grandchild. Thank you all so much for being here.
Thank
you.
We appreciate it. And your website is where folks can go for more information, compassionatefriends.org, right?
Locally, it would be tcfnashville.org.
tcfnashville.org.
And
So
if they call in and your programming, the information is there, and we shared information that you can relate to any viewers that would be interested.
thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching today. I'm Tawanda Coleman, and I will see you on the next The Plus Side of Nashville.